I'm gonna act like this isn't the second time I'm filming this video because I sat with the first one for too long and ended up over-analyzing it and not wanting to post it anymore. And I'm trying to stop posting videos I know I'm going to make private in the future. Like that one, I know if I post it, I'm going to end up making it private. At one point, I'm going to make it private, and I want to stop doing that. So instead of posting a video I know I'm going to make private, I thought, why not refilm it and actually post something I know I'm gonna leave on my page, you know? So here I am filming this video again. Per queen. So basically in this video, I'm going to be taking you guys through my tattoos from my oldest one to the one I got last. I'm going to talk about the inspiration, if there's any. I'm going to talk about their meaning. Whenever I'm asked what my tattoos mean, like in person, if a person was to like ask me what does your tattoo mean, I always say they have no meaning, because then I have to sit there and explain what they mean. But almost all of them have a meaning. I think it's only one that doesn't have a meaning. The rest have a meaning. I think I can also give like the story behind the tattoo. That's kind of linked to the meaning though. I can like combine that to give like a short story and the meaning behind a particular tattoo. And hopefully this time we'll end up with a video that I won't keep to myself and I'll actually post. So yeah. The first tattoo I have, I got when I was 18, turning 19. And the reason I got it was so cliche. It was so cliche. I got it because I was now an adult. I remember actually when I was looking for when I was looking for the tattoo I wanted to get, I went on Pinterest, obviously. I've been using Pinterest for a while now, and while looking for a design, I had that whole thing in my mind, the whole being an adult thing, and yeah, so I found this particular design, and it says free, and the E extends like into a bird, like a bird flying away. I was going through kind of like a rebel phase at that time. It wasn't a rebel phase, I was being social. That was me being social. I usually term this period in my life my rebel phase, but I wasn't really being rebellious. I was just being social. That's what it was. I was just being social. But I decided I would label it my rebel phase. So I got my first tattoo during my rebel phase when I was being social. Yeah, that's when I got my first tattoo. Whenever anyone asks about like this first tattoo, I'm always like, yeah, I got that when I was being rebellious. I was actually just everywhere. That's what it was. The next tattoo is the butterfly. This one, if you all remember, when I started content creation, I was mostly posting on Instagram, and most of my eye looks were like butterfly inspired. Like I'd always find a way to include butterflies in my eye looks. I think actually the first eye look I created was butterfly inspired. So since then, I thought about getting butterfly tattooed, but obviously that was during COVID, so that wasn't something that could be done. And I actually thought about naming like the people that watch my YouTube and those that follow me on Instagram. I thought about naming you guys butterflies. I'm so glad I didn't though, because I'm the one who would have to deal with that right now. Like I'd have to find a way to erase my mistakes. But at the time it seemed like a good idea because that's the direction I was going in with my Instagram, with my makeup looks. But seeing the way I've grown and the direction I've gone in with my Instagram, it would have been really hard for me to go in the direction I'm going in with my Instagram right now. Since that period, I wanted a butterfly tattooed, so I just postponed it and got it at the end of 2021. And then I got the look like art done. Look like art was to me an affirmation. The first time I heard the phrase look like art, I remember thinking like, who even says that? Who thinks like that? Who thinks of a compliment and goes like, I think you look like art? That's crazy. Because if someone was to look at you and they go like, I think you look like art, then they really must think you're attractive. Yeah, I actually had that particular phrase from a song. The song is called Look Like Art. And since then, or since the first time I heard it, I started like writing it down in my journal. So the inspo for this tattoo was from that particular song. I basically just picked the font I wanted to get it done in, and I knew for sure I wanted it in red. Like, I knew black wouldn't work for this tattoo, so I got it in red. And then the next one I got was the cherry tattoos that are right above the Look Like Art tattoo. The cherries are in the shape of a love heart and are not like regular circular cherries. That particular tattoo, I got it with self-love in mind. That's why the cherries are in the shape of a love heart and they're not just circular. Self-love for me has always been something very, very big. If you watch any of my sit-down videos, I'm always mentioning something about loving yourself, because I think it's really important. I knew I wanted one of my tattoos to be inspired by self-love, but I didn't want like the actual words self-love on me. So I thought the cherries in the shape of a love heart was a good idea, and I got it in red because red is the color of love. Yeah, so that's that tattoo. The next one I got was the magic on my upper right hand. That one I got also as an affirmation to say, I think you're magic. The entire phrase is, I think you're magic, but I just got magic. As you go through my tattoos, actually, you will realize that a lot of my tattoos are actually like words from me to me. I think there was that I should be hearing from myself. The next one I got is the one behind my right hand, and it says, I love myself in French. And actually, if you look up the translation, I saw a different translation and it said, I'm happy with myself. So it's not just I love myself, it's I'm happy with myself as well. That one is also from me to me with love. I don't think I'll ever be quiet about self-love. It's really important. It's really, really important. Like, if you just sit down, think about like how much you do for yourself. There's a lot that you do for yourself that we don't even realize because we kind of get caught up in life. Life gets busy, you know, life is always moving. So I think we don't realize how much we're actually doing for ourselves. And I think everyone should give themselves more credit for how much they do for themselves, you know. The next one is the one at the back of my left hand, and that one says angel in Chinese. This particular one, I was actually supposed to get it in English, but I don't know why I changed my mind, but I remember just not wanting it in English and not wanting it in black. I wanted it in red and I wanted it in Chinese. And that one is also similar to magic. It's similar to Look Like Art. I got it as a way to say, I think you're an angel. Yeah, it's really nice. It's just really nice to hear some of these things from yourself as well, yeah. And similar to magic, instead of getting I think you're an angel done, I just got angel. The next one I got is the bee. The bee for me was to remind myself the importance of hard work. Bees naturally are linked to hard work. I like to believe that I'm a hard worker, but I wanted it there as a reminder that hard work does pay. And instead of literally getting the words hard work written on my arm, I opted to get a bee done instead and not an ant. I know ants are also linked to hard work, but I thought getting a bee would be cooler than getting an ant. Yeah, I think bees are cooler than ants, so I got a bee instead. The life I see for myself, I know I need to put in work for that, so I got that tattoo there for that reason. Yeah. The next one I got was the rose. My birth flower is a rose. So one of the reasons why I got that tattoo was because the rose is my birth flower. But the other reason I got it was because I love roses. I have a couple, but at the top is definitely roses. So that's the other reason why I got it. I was actually thinking about it. If the reason why I like roses so much is because it's my birth flower. Like, I was really curious because I didn't know, but when I found out, it just got me thinking. Probably just a coincidence, but yeah, I just thought maybe that's why. The next couple of tattoos are my newer tattoos. These ones I got when what did I just say? Did I say got or get? If I said get, I meant got, but I got them when my brother was around. This was also the same time that we got our matching tattoos. So I'm actually gonna start with the matching tattoos and then I'll move on to the other ones. The first matching tattoo we got is this one I have on my shoulder. It says 95. Those are our birth years. This particular one, I had thought about it a while back. I don't remember when exactly, but I had the idea. So when he was around, it was very random actually. We were seated in the kitchen for some reason, and I mentioned it to him and he said he was cool with it. The other matching one is the one I have on my wrist. That's a smiling and frowning face depending on how you look at it. That particular one is my brother who picked it out. We got this tattoo to show the duality of life, just to remind us what life is like. Sometimes things are really good and other times they're not. Show us how we can look forward to the good days. Yeah, bad days don't last forever. There's always a silver lining. The next one I got is the balance tattoo. This one is not a matching tattoo. This one is just me that got it. I am someone who used to allow my emotions to take over 100%. Like I would react based off of emotions and not really think about it. But one thing I've kind of been training myself to do, and I think I'm so much better at, is instead of fully reacting out of emotion, I think I've become better at adding logic to it. There's a balance between my emotions and like logic. It's not just me just going off of emotions. There's nothing wrong with being an emotional person, but I think it's really important to add in a bit of logic, just sprinkle some logic in there. And looking at the way it's been done, the section that has the heart is in red because basically the heart is what we think we feel with, even though it's not. It's literally still your brain. But anyway, yeah, I thought it would bring out the meaning of the tattoo even more if I did the section that's linked to emotions in red and the section that's like logic in black. I thought it would bring out the meaning of the tattoo more. So that's why they're like in different colors and look like two different tattoos, but it's one tattoo. Yeah. The next one I got is the 444. I don't have much to say about this one. There was just a point I would see the numbers 444 quite a bit. So I just took it as a sign that I was protected. So yeah. The next one I got is the 11:11 o'clock. Like literally the time 11:11, not 11:11 o'clock, just 11:11. That one I got it because it's the Make-A-Wish number. Like whenever you see 11:11 on the clock, you're told to make a wish. Yeah. I was actually initially supposed to get this one on my ring finger, but I was advised not to. I was told finger tattoos after some time they look not the best, so I opted to get it on my wrist. It's a very weird place to place a tattoo, I know. I actually got it there because it's a very weird place to have a tattoo. Like naturally people don't pick the front side of their wrist to get a tattoo, they pick this side. So I placed it there because it's a very weird place to have one. I just thought it was very weird and I liked it, so I was like, yeah, put it there. Yeah, that's perfect. The next one I have is the angel. This one I got the inspo of Pinterest, and then I changed it. I had wanted this kind of tattoo, but I didn't like the designs I would see on Pinterest because they were quite common. There's a particular angel tattoo that's very common on Pinterest. I didn't want that particular one, so I actually put off getting that one until I found one that was different from the ones I had seen. And while designing it, I had like the placement in my mind. Like I knew where I wanted it. So like when I was changing it, I was changing it with that in mind. And then the other one that I have that I changed on Procreate is the two fish swimming in opposite directions. Those fish are actually called the koi fish, and they also show the duality of life. They're actually similar to the whole yin and yang thing, but I didn't want to get the yin and yang. I found a design to go off of on Pinterest and changed it on my Procreate as well. And then the final tattoo I have is the one I have on my side, and that one says Angel Energy. That one is kind of similar to the angel tattoo, but this one is now in English. They have a similar vibe to them, just this one is in English. And yeah, that's the final tattoo. Currently I don't have plans to get any more. I'm really happy with the way they look right now, like the way they look together. Like when I'm taking my pictures for Instagram, I think that's when I notice them the most. I notice how they look together. There's no plans on getting any more. If I do get any more, then maybe I can do like an updated tattoo tour. Honestly, it's not gonna be anytime soon, so yeah, that's gonna have to be later in the future, probably. I might actually never get another one. Never know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.